Welcome back. We're going to go over the week ending June 1st. First thing up is a pure HVNC campaign. This was a multi-staged phishing campaign that was actively delivering pure HVNC remote access Trojan rat using fake job offers from beauty and fashion brands, as well as malvertising lures on platforms like Facebook. That's right. Watch out. People are trying to get you with malware on Facebook. The infection chain leverages link files, PowerShell, HTA, and auto IT stages to ultimately inject pure HVNC using process hollowing. The RAT provides remote control access, credential theft, and persistent capabilities. This activity overlaps with previous infrastructure and associated tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, attributed to TA569, proof point naming, and UNC 5142, mandate naming, both linked to Vietnam-based pay-per-infection operations. Supporting indicators include Vietnamese language artifacts, GitHub activity tied to local aliases, and reuse of specific ports and services. These factors support with moderate confidence attribution to a Vietnam-based actor operating PPI-driven malware delivery infrastructure. Actors could be a group. Why did I pick this? Several vendors released well-written, technically strong reports on this campaign. Each were highlighting an important piece to this larger puzzle, and rather than repackage them, I brought those pieces together to give defenders a faster path to a fuller picture. Every report I pulled had value, and I recommend reading them fully when your tempo allows. I'm so sorry. This campaign is still active, and it blends classic delivery methods, PowerShell, HTA, auto IT, process hollowing, with evolving tradecraft like PPI malvertising and fake MP4s. It's the kind of work that is easy to overlook if you're just scanning for brand names and easy things and low-hanging fruit, but the underlying execution chain and tooling are very rich with signals. Junior analysts trying to build confidence in campaign analysis and reverse engineering should read these when they can, because they are well documented and easy to follow, and it's full of tradecraft that's likely to stay in rotation. I'm just going to reiterate that junior threat intelligence analysts should read these articles because you should be building your skills in campaign analysis and reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is a very important piece of threat intelligence. Anyways, I digress. The categories for this one are malware delivery ecosystem, pay-per-infection operations, verticals impacted, media, retail, fashion, digital creators, and general consumers. Type of intelligence is tactical and operational. Noted TTPs, link files, HTA, PowerShell loader chain. Auto IT stagers, process hollowing injection, malvertising and social media lures, GitHub hosted payloads, and Vietnamese language artifacts. All right, moving right along to the next one. So this one was a really good reverse engineering article that I came across. So it, let's see, it was about a possible APT32 Ocean Lotus installer abusing MST transforms. It provided in-depth analysis of a sophisticated attack campaign with possible attribution to Ocean Lotus, also known as APT32. The campaign leveraged Microsoft installers, MSI, transform files, MST, to execute malicious code, marking a novel technique in the threat landscape. It was novel indeed. The author notes that similarities with that sample were initially reported by another threat intelligence group, and that report appeared to be the first report of abuse on MST transforms, and attribution is solely based on that previous report. And you can read it at that article again in my Substack, which is linked in my link tree in my bio. Moving on. I chose this write-up because of its excellent deep diving material. It deep dived into malware analysis through reverse engineering. It also mentions a technique that was new to us at Indigo Int, which was the abusing of MST transforms. The write-up would be good for mid-level hunters and threat intelligence analysts so they can get more exposure to reverse engineering and the internals of malware. That's really important as you become more senior in threat intelligence and threat hunting to really understand the depths of what is happening with malware and attacks so that you can make better detections, you can make better recommendations, and you can track threat actors on a deeper level. So this article is really good for those mid-level analysts and hunters. Anyways, as analysts grow, learning how to attribute threats using technical details from reverse engineering reports becomes essential. Indeed, it does. This kind of write-up helps bridge the gap, giving teams clearer paths to detection, signature development, and long-term actor tracking again. Yes. The category for this article was Nation State, Malware Loader Innovation, Verticals Impacted, NGOs, Policy Analyst, Southeast Asia Watchers. Operational and Strategic were the type of intelligence. Noted TTPs were MST Transform Abuse, MSI Side Loading, Encrypted Payload Delivery, DLL Side Loading, Actor Reuse Tooling Lineage. All right, moving right along. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments. So this last one for the first, I believe this was the first or second week of June. I think this is the second week of June. Anyways, moving on. NLab's Security Intelligence Team, ASEC, identified a campaign targeting South Korean internet cafe involving the deployment of cryptocurrency mining malware. The threat actor had been active since 2022 and has been compromising systems with internet cafe management software since the late 2024s. While the initial access vector remains undetermined, the attackers were utilizing GhostRat to gain control over infected systems, and then installing T-Rex CoinMiner to exploit GPU resources for mining cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Ravencoin. So key components of this attack included GhostRat, a patcher, malware that modifies the memory of the internet cafe management software to maintain persistence, a downloader, T-Rex CoinMiner, and Killproc. Why did we choose this? To be honest, I thought this was going to be linked to North Korea. That's why I chose it. That was my bias showing. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. The attackers demonstrated a deep understanding of the targeted management software, indicating prior analysis and tailored adaptation to the environment. The campaign's level of access and persistence suggest a well-resourced threat actor with clear objectives in South Korean cyber landscape. But based on additional analysis performed by Indigo Int, there is a high likelihood this activity is linked to APT40. And then this is just talking about the sample, some rule detections, and where you can find that rule. And the description of the rule was detects DLL referenced in US CERT alert AA21-200 alpha detailing APT40 activity. So what does that all mean? So the sample mentioned above, this hash right there, boop, boop, this one, was identified as ghost malware, was observed contacting that IP, reported in vendor reporting. That sample triggered a Yara signature match, And that's how we get the attribution or possible attribution to APT40. Sorry for so much. According to CISA, APT40 is associated with China's Ministry of State Secretary, specifically the Hannan State Secretary Department. I'm pretty sure I just pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry. The category of this article was nation state, coin miner abuse, rat operations. Verticals impacted South Korean gaming cafes, local retail IT, managed kiosk infrastructure. Type of intel, operational and strategic. Noted TTPs, Ghost Rat, T-Rex coin miner, custom downloader and patcher, memory patching of cafe management software, coin miner, process killing, Yara that matched to APT40 tooling, and contacted known APT40 C2 infrastructure. Okay, I hope that was understandable and I didn't go too fast, and we'll see you again. Thanks for listening. Bye.